If you have an iPhone 16 Pro, you have surely noticed the extraordinary photo quality that this device is able to offer. But you should know that in addition to taking fantastic photos by default, you can further improve the results by customizing some settings. So in this video, I want to give you some tips on how to make the most of your iPhone's photographic potential, and if you have a compact iPhone 16, many settings can also be useful for you. To do this, we need to go to Settings and then to Camera. Here, you will find a menu that allows you to adjust many aspects, including the video format, but today we will focus mainly on photography. The first thing to do is to enter the Format section. Here, you can choose between two main options, High Efficiency and Most Compatible. Most Compatible uses the JPEG format, which is the most common and recognized almost everywhere, especially in apps. However, it has two downsides. Files take up more space, and you won't be able to use advanced features in video recording, such as cinematic effect or HDR videos. Then we have High Efficiency, a different format that compresses files more while still maintaining high quality. This allows you to take photos and record videos in high quality with smaller file sizes and to fully use all the advanced features of your iPhone. Personally, I use High Efficiency because I want to make the most of all the capabilities of the iPhone 16 Pro. Additionally, this format is also perfect for those who use Apple devices since it integrates perfectly with iCloud and the Apple ecosystem in general. Of course, if you specifically need to work with JPEG files, you can always switch to Most Compatible. Now let's move on to the photo capture setting and specifically to the photo mode. Here, you can choose between 12 and 24 megapixels. Obviously, to get more details in your photos, I recommend setting the sensor to 24 megapixels so you can take full advantage of it. Done that, let's go to ProRAW and resolution control. If you haven't done it yet, I recommend enabling this option because it allows you to access the Pro format menu by default. This menu lets you use the camera's full 48 megapixels and take photos in RAW format. The ProRAW format captures a high amount of detail, creating rather large files, perfect for those who love to edit photos in post-production. It's also a highly compatible format with editing applications. If you choose this option, you can adjust the balance between quality and compression thanks to the different settings available in the ProRAW format menu. Among these, you'll find the new JPEG XL lossless format, which improves compression while still keeping a large amount of data. But if you're not interested in post-production and just want more detail with good compression, I recommend using the EF format, the same one we saw earlier. This format delivers ultra-high quality photos at the full 48 megapixel resolution. But the interesting thing is that even after taking the photo, you can still use this year's new feature, photographic styles. So you're not forced to choose the style before taking the shot, but you can conveniently select it later. Plus, if you want to choose the format directly while shooting, you can do it easily. Just hold down EAF Max in the top right corner of the camera app, and this way you can select the format you prefer, even ProRAW, adapting it to your creativity in the moment. Okay, now we can move on to the other available settings. Let's go into the Preserve Settings section. Here, you'll find options that let you keep your personal preferences in the camera app so you don't have to reset them every time. For example, you can choose to retain the last used mode, like video or photo, avoiding the need to search for it again every time you reopen the app. A super useful feature to save time and, most importantly, to keep us from going crazy. This also applies to other settings like night mode, portrait zoom, or live photo. Options that don't directly affect photo quality but help you personalize the app based on your habits and convenience. Moving forward, I enabled the function Use Volume Up for burst. I find it very convenient for taking burst photos, especially when holding the phone horizontally. In portrait mode, instead, I prefer simply swiping the shutter button to the left on the display to get a good result in a practical way. I also enabled Scan QR Code, which is super useful for quickly reading codes without switching to a dedicated app. And Show Detected Text, which makes it easy to capture text directly from the camera, like phone numbers or addresses. In the Composition section, I turned on Grid, Horizontal Level, and Mirror Front Camera. These settings are great tools for improving photo composition, helping you create more precise and well-balanced shots. On the other hand, I turned off View Outside the Frame to have a clearer and more realistic view of what will actually be captured in the photo. Again, These are personal preferences that don't directly affect image quality. Moving to the photo capture section, I enabled camera fusion, which activates the 28 and 35mm lenses. This feature lets you easily switch between different camera lenses just by tapping the 1x zoom button, giving you more creative possibilities and greater control over composition. Then, I also enabled portraits in photo mode, a perfect function for gaining more control over portraits. Especially when photographing people or animals, it allows you to apply the portrait effect with the classic blurred background directly after taking the photo. I find it really useful. Additionally, I turned on prioritize faster shooting, which improves photo quality even when shooting in bursts, and lens correction, which reduces lens distortion, a problem that sometimes appears in the corners of photos. Finally, I enabled macro control, which automatically switches to macro mode for both photos and videos, making it super convenient for close-up details. These are all the main settings I've configured to make the most of my iPhone 16 Pro's capabilities. Now, it's up to us to have fun and experiment with them in everyday life to capture every moment in the best way. If you have suggestions or specific requests for other videos, let me know in the comments. And with that, this video is all. If you liked it, leave a free like and subscribe to the channel for future updates. See you next time.